What up, world? Welcome to an episode of Bleed Purple and Gold. As you know, I am the host, Brandon Janeau. Like always on all podcast platforms everywhere, Brandon Janeau Show. Um, Social media, Instagram and Threads, Brandon Janeau. Facebook, The Brandon Janeau Show. TikTok, Brandon Janeau Show. And of course, oh yeah, I have a Twitter, X, BJaneau on Twitter, on X. Um, yeah, so go follow me on all of those social media platforms. Uh, you know, and I really would appreciate that. But I also have a YouTube channel, and that's really where you can find me the most. My YouTube channel, Brandon Janeau Show on YouTube. YouTube channel, Brandon Janeau Show. This is where the visuals of this episode and everything will be out. Um, yeah, man. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Yeah, let's get into it. Um, LSU loses the second loss of the season for LSU. Um, they lose to Texas A&M 38-23. Um, yeah, we can still run the gauntlet. We can still run a table. Um, but this was truly the definition of two different fucking halves. Two different fucking halves for LSU. Pretty much what I've been saying about LSU came to fruition tonight, which is they are one fucking dimensional on offense. And in the SEC, you cannot be fucking one fucking dimensional. The first half was okay for us. There is no way in hell you watched the first half of this game and you thought LSU was gonna just walk through five, just gonna beat Texas A&M. And if you did see today that it was going to be a low scoring game, LSU had literally a fumble that put them in the field goal, put them in the, gave them good field position to score a touchdown. And then the second touchdown we scored was literally a slant pass that somebody missed a tackle on. And he just ran down the fucking football field for like 70, 80 yards. LSU did nothing tonight that made you even at one point even think they were going to be that good. This team, and then you had another touchdown which was the best offensive drive of the game for us, that led to the other touchdown, which we didn't even get a 2 point conversion. And if it wasn't for the Texas A&M going getting off sides, we probably would never scored that fucking touchdown because it put us closer to the fucking red zone. It put us closer to the end zone. This game was the perfect telltale sign of what the fuck I've been saying for LSU the whole season, which is they are one fucking dimensional. The first drive of the game, you use Katie Durham. He gets down the field, he catches passes, he's running the ball, and then literally the next what 7, 8 drives, you can barely run the fucking football. Brian Kelly and the office coordinator need to be fired for this bullshit tonight. That shit was terrible. I don't know how the fuck you go. You start a drive, first down, and try to throw the football, and then you don't connect the first throw. On the second down, you decide to then run, knowing your offensive line has trouble on the road. They have too many false start penalties, and you know they're going to blitz the fuck out your quarterback, who does not know how to take the fucking check down and thinks he can just make fucking plays just because. That is something he's gonna have to learn if he's going to go to the next level. You gotta take the checkdowns, bro. You gotta take the first option. There is no way in hell that this dude just had. This was so fucking bad. It was so fucking bad. The only thing that kept us in the game was Texas A&M's ability to not be able to throw the fucking football. That's it. As soon as they figured out a way to do what they did, which was replace the fucking quarterback and put their backup in, the one thing about LSU's defense is that we can't stop the run. We're okay at it, but we're not great at stopping the run. You even saw in this game when Texas A&M could really get a run game going, we couldn't stop that shit. We play too far downhill. We try to crash the line a little bit too much instead of having somebody in the back be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. This was just the third quarter was one thing. We could sit there all day, but Garrett Nussmeier again has a game where he's throwing the ball 40, 40, 40, 45 fucking pass attempts in a football game. At one point in this game, Texas A&M had 146 rushing yards. 156, I'm sorry, rushing yards. LSU had 26. Mind you, we were up in the third quarter. We had 26 rushing yards. I said this shit last fucking week. I said this shit the week before that. I've been saying this shit this whole fucking time I've been doing this podcast this whole season for LSU. You cannot be in a game and choose to not run the football. They did shit in this game where you would just look at Brian Kelly and want to slap the shit out of him. There is no way in hell that this game should have been his way. We should have won this game. Another thing, you get one field goal to go in. Awesome. As soon as I see my kicker miss a 47 yard field goal, the first time I see him miss it, you ain't kicking the ball no more tonight. If we're not in a good range for you, I'm talking about like 35, 33, 32 chip shot shit, you're not kicking no more field goals tonight. The fact that they never even tried to do that is the dumbest shit on the planet. Garrett Nussmeier, again, like I said, does not know how to take checkdowns. He is terrible at it. He tries to make the big play every fucking time. The one thing about Joe Burrow and Jaden Daniels, they understood when it was time to take the fucking checkdowns. You cannot be a gun shooter. You can't be a gunslinger every fucking game. You're going to lose that way. Take the fucking checkdowns. Now I will give him some credit and some grief here. There was a lot of times where he threw the ball and motherfuckers just didn't catch the fucking ball. More often than not, I give him that. Mason Taylor had a terrible fucking game today. Kyrie Lacey had a couple of plays where he had the ball in his hands and he just dropped it. And that's another thing. Didn't even use Kyrie Lacey up until certain points in the game. You clearly saw in the first half, he was killing them. They didn't have any answers for this man. He kept trying to feed other people, bro. This ain't the game to try to be dishing shit out. If you wanted to do that shit against Western Kentucky. Do that shit against Nichols. Do that shit against South Alabama, who we got coming up in a couple weeks. Do that shit against them because they have no defense and they have no real reasoning to play us. You want to dish it to Anderson and all these other fucking players. Do that shit against them. But in a big game, you give it to your big game players. What the fuck were you doing? The first half played right into the LSU Tigers' hands defensively. Second half, it went exactly according to plan of Texas A&M. One thing you never do is give a team that has already no momentum a reason to get momentum and put them in good field position. And that interception in the third quarter did exactly that. After they got the pick, took the quarterback out, we were sitting ducks. We didn't do shit. We could barely get off the. We could barely move the football. This shit was. I don't get. I don't get LSU, man. Brian Kelly now had an opportunity to have sole possession of the SEC, and all you had to do was just beat Alabama and walk through the rest. And Vanderbilt is actually a really good fucking team this year. So that's gonna be a hard game, but at least we get them in LSU. This was it's one thing to lose a game like this if you never had a chance. It's a whole nother thing to lose a game like this and you were up in the third quarter. Like you were up. You did not run the ball. You didn't even try to run the ball. You saw your offense struggling and didn't do anything to fix the situation. And now I'm supposed to just sit here and just act like LSU. This is shit I've been telling people on my podcast for fucking weeks now. I've been saying there's no way in hell you choose not to run the football. You have three running backs. You can run the ball and you do not try. We were up and you didn't even try to run the ball. The first two plays of the fucking drive is me running the football. I don't give a fuck what happens. We gonna kill clock or they gonna just have to stop us. This was terrible. Terrible. These are the type of games that make you look at Brian Kelly like he don't know what the fuck he doing. He Garrett Nussmeier had a chance to be a LSU legend today. But you keep putting this kid in situations where he's throwing the ball 40, 50 fucking times in a football game. Bro, it is not that fucking hard to run the ball, my nigga. You are choosing not to run the ball. And like I said, with two offensive linemen who are projected to go in the top 15 of the draft this year, there is no way in hell. You sit there and you look at this and you can't run the football. This offense of LSU is one fucking dimensional. And Brian Kelly is the reason for this shit. He can get mad at the kicker and the quarterback all the fuck he want. You keep putting your offense in these situations because you say you know offense. I fucking highly doubt that. I do not think Brian Kelly knows one thing about fucking offense. There is no way in hell he knows how to manage offense. He don't know shit about offense. Our offense has actually gotten worse since he's been the head coach. Don't know. Jaden Daniels is doing the same shit he did in college in the NFL. The only difference is our offense has gotten worse. This team lost this game because of the head coach. It's funny how they kept trying to play the old snippet of him after the USC game and talk about some, we need to play better, we need to do all this, we need to, bro, you the fucking head coach. You don't know what you're doing? It's the same thing I feel about the Saints on Sundays when they play. It's like you put your defense out there enough times, they're gonna get tired, they're gonna get exhausted, and eventually they're just gonna give the fuck up. We had a chance, bro, to win this game. Even when they switched to the fucking quarterback they switched to. We were still up three when they switched to the quarterback. And they just don't know. LSU suck, man. LSU's Brian Kelly is the dumbest head coach in the SEC. He's fucking stupid because you have talent and you choose not to use it. He's the dumbest fucking head coach in the SEC. This shit has gotta be. There's no way in hell we score one touchdown the rest of the game. One. And the two touchdowns we had was off of a 70-yard missed tackle and a fumble was gifted to us, and we got in the red zone. You cannot put your team in positions where we're up, and then we let people come back and beat us. I don't want to hear shit about him going off in a press conference. Talk about some, we just let them off the hook. No, bitch, you let them off the hook. At some point, you gotta take accountability for the fucking shit you done. There is no way in hell we should have lost this game tonight. You do not know how to coach in big games. That's always been your MO. You don't know how to coach in big games. The bigger the moment, the more you shrink. That's always been his MO. Brian Kelly, Brian Kelly in the offense lost us the game tonight. I still don't think Texas A&M is good. I still don't think they're good at all. But I will say this though: the thing that's gonna kill us against Alabama is the read option, because that's exactly what killed us last year about Alabama. It wasn't Jalen Monroe's fucking throwing the football. The motherfucker was just running on us, and we couldn't stop it. Unless you got a bye next week. I will not be doing bleed black and gold next week. I mean bleed purple and gold next week. They got a bye week, so I will not be doing an episode. But I'll be back November. I want to say 9th. I think it is. That's where we play Alabama. Yeah, November 9th. Oh shit! Wait a minute. No, I won't. Probably watch the game and then I'll talk about it. But yeah, because I got something to do that day. Um, but yeah. Um, but I'll be back November 9th, 9th, November 9th, November 10th to talk about the LSU Alabama game. Uh, yeah, LSU loses. First loss in the SEC, second loss of the season. Go down to College Station to Texas A&M, 38-23. See y'all next time. Peace.